Hey guys, welcome back to Lab Talk. So I'm going to be responding to some of the comments that I got on that video. First of all, hi, I am a lab tech. I am an MT, which is a 4-year degree. MT stands for Med Tech or Medical Technologist. There's a 2-year degree, which is an MLT, Medical Laboratory Technologist, or Technician, I'm not really sure. But an MT with the 4-year degree is higher paying than the MLT. And there is no national accrediting that has to be done after you graduate. So after nurses graduate, they take the NCLEX and have a license. And that is required for them to have in order to work as a nurse. But for lab techs, it depends on the state that you live in. So for example, in Tennessee, that state requires a Tennessee license and also a licensure from the ASCP or AMT. But for Arkansas, the only thing that is required is your college degree. But it does depend on where you work at in the states that do not require the accreditation from the AMT or the ASCP. So one hospital might require ASCP or AMT accreditation in order to be paid or considered as an MT even though you have your 4-year degree, and one hospital might just only require the 4-year degree to be called an MT. So yes, it does matter where you work, and it also matters where you live. Another question that I got was, how were the exams? So far, I have only taken the AMT. I did not study. I waited a year after I graduated. I just signed up and I went and took it. I did have experience though, but mainly in clinical setting and part-time hospital setting. I have heard that the AMT is a lot easier than the ASCP. I have heard that the ASCP asks questions that are more advanced and for more specialty lab testing, things that you will not normally see working as a lab tech, which in my opinion defeats the purpose. The ASCP, however, is more recognized. So if you were to choose which one to take, I would definitely choose the ASCP. However, the AMT is suiting my situation just fine. Another comment that I got was, do you enjoy what you do? And for the most part, yes. However, labs are typically understaffed and overworked, just like anybody else in healthcare. In school, they also told us that we would not be directly involved with patients, and this is not the case if you are in a clinic setting or in like a local hospital lab. However, if you work in a lab, like a specialty lab like AEL, you typically only work with the specimens and not with the patients. So there are ways to get around patient interaction. But at the facility I work, we still have to draw out patients ranging from all ages, collect urine, not from catheters, of course, and swabs, things like that. Another comment I saw was, it depends on where you live. The only comment I will make about that is, you will make more money in California, but you will also pay more money in California to live. That's how it is at any job. But you just have to find what works for you. If you have any other questions, please drop them in the comment section below. And I will leave with saying I have just accepted a new position. I am now a senior tech over the hematology department at my hospital. So I will be uploading a lot more videos describing the everyday roles of a senior tech and being the lead of a department. If you have any experience in this, also leave a comment. I always love to hear from other fellow lab techs and phlebotomists to hear how everyone else's experiences are. And if you would like to see any other content regarding the lab, please let me know.